mind and go ahead and take this thing, the fuel gauge out again, and on those contact points I was talking about earlier, I'm going to go ahead and show them to you and do the job right and put some anti-corrosion goo on it. You know, you'd usually use for a battery terminal or whatever, just because I figured it's already apart, and do the job right, and then I'll never have to mess with it again. So let me get this set up. We're going to first take apart these 4 on the top and 4 on the bottom pins, and I'm going to pause the video while I get that set up, show you how I did it. Okay, what I've done here is taking a tiny little, just tiny little pry piece. It's a spring that I filed down a long time ago, and basically I'm sticking a zip tie in there just to hold it unpinned, right? Because we got to do all 8 of them. And so I'm going to do that right there and get this little connector undone. So I'm going to put zip ties in all 4 of the bottom ones, and then generally it'll come apart from there. Pause. So now, excuse the mess, now that I've got all 4 of the bottom ones pinned here, you can pretty easily, I don't know if I can do this with one hand, but start releasing the top ones. Push it in and separate. No, I can't do it with one hand. You get the idea though. 10 seconds later, got it freed. And I can start separating all this. Pause again. Okay, all 8 clips are undone. I forgot to mention there's a couple of brackets that go right here that physically screw the black piece to the white piece. So 2 of those, one here, one here. Take those off before you try to separate all this. Then we have the front plastic gauge comes off. Pull any dust out of it, spiders. And then we have the fuel gauge. And if you turn it over, we have the 4 screws holding it in. The positive, that one, runs over here to the positive here on the temperature gauge. There's the negative to the temperature gauge, runs out there. So what we need to do is take these 4 off, and I'm going to pause the video again and get that out, and that's where you will have to be very careful handling this thing. Do not drop it, etc. It's very fragile, okay? Okay, these are 7mm nuts right here. Take it off, and there it fell out. So there goes my admonishing to not drop it. It dropped just a little bit, but it's very fragile. Alright, so right here it flexes. See that? That's where you put your little file, little fingernail file in between the screw here, right there, and start filing away. Just a little bit, take your time, be real careful. Don't break anything. Those wires, these little wires in here, very, very fragile. All this soldering, this wire, very, very fragile. So that's it. Try it. I'm going to put some anti-corrosion goo right there, just so that this won't happen again. High humidity sometimes here in Texas. Usually not, but anyway, there you go. I hope this helped one person.